buy me anything, but I just need a friend. It's so far, yeah.
Hey Flames fans, welcome to another edition of Flames Unfiltered. We are your hosts, Kyle Lewis and Brad Burud, as always. Brad, what's going on?
I don't know. We won. I don't know if that's good. On my hat.
Yeah.
Is it sad? Like after we win, I don't even know if I should be happy anymore. I just don't even know how to feel. I do have something funny though for you. Last week's episode was a little wild, right?
From what I recall, yes.
I got a listener quote describing last week's episode as, "I could have roasted hot dogs over that podcast." I thought that was pretty good. So now, will this week's be as fiery as last week's? I don't know. Maybe not, but probably fairly close. I don't know. I think the anger level's down. I think reality has hit.
Yeah. Reality is hit, and we're all happy because we pounded a New York Rangers team that played the worst game of professional hockey they've played in 5 years.
Oh
man, they were dog shit. And you got to break a scoring drought any way you can. But holy hell, the Rangers are bad. I don't think we deserve much credit for that win.
No. What do you think the other night when the Saddle Dome lights wouldn't come on?
I thought if anybody wonders why we need a new building, there's your answer. Actually, you know, when I was in Ottawa, that came up too. I was, I was there for Canadian home builder meetings, and I was hanging out with people from across the country. And I hate to tell you this, but I became very close to a handful of Canucks fans.
I know you mentioned that, and I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, what's funny is I'm actually friends with some Canucks fans, and
well, you've told me this, yeah.
And because I am, they have made me hate the team even more because of their delusional behavior, whether it be on social media or communicating to me.
Yeah. And I got ripped on all week, whether it was at a podium or at a breakfast table, about being a Flames fan. And then the fact that I had a podcast, which, thankfully everybody, wanted to follow it, and maybe because they knew that their Canucks fandom would get me going. But, Alex, Matt, and Cassidy, like just three people that I really, really hit it off. And Rick West too. Rick is an Oilers fan, unfortunately, who I attended the Oilers-Senators game with last week. But I kind of, living in the East, I kind of forgot how fun it is to be in the midst of like people who hate your team and love the team that you hate,
As I say that, how much I hate Canucks, I don't really hate their fans. I hate the way they behave, right? There's a difference.
That is the difference, because, and sorry to interrupt you, but I hate Leafs fans. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Generally,
where I live, I run into less Leafs fans, obviously, than you're going to run into. I run into more Oilers fans than anything. And I think that's what makes sports beautiful, is to have that
hatred.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. All right.
We have so much hatred in this world, and I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. But like,
so dump it into your sports teams, right?
Well, this is just different. There's a different. I look at it this way: like, without rivalries, like, sports suck. Like, would it be fun? I mean, I always look at games like against Nashville. It's like, oh, I get to watch them play Nashville tonight, or I get to watch them play Carolina tonight, or New Jersey. Boring.
Fair.
But if it's like, even last night, I watched the miserable Rangers Flames game, and I look at the other channel, I'm like, oh, Canucks Oilers, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, with good reason.
Right?
I get that. Yeah, I get that for sure. It's interesting to me because we're all such big fans of respective teams that it at least gives you something to bond over. I mean, I was being made fun of for being a Flames fan moments into my first meeting with these people. Because then I kind of realized it's a bigger part of my identity than I think even I realized. But
I think
now I had to admit, I think I admitted to Cassidy in particular that I actually like the Canucks skate logo.
I love it. I love that.
I know. And the more that they wear it, I'm like, oh, I'd like to like this team, but I just can't,
And I've had to swallow that in my top 5 most exciting players. Actually, my top 3 most exciting players to watch is Pavel Bure.
I talked about Bure.
He might be in my top 2.
Okay, this is getting weird. I'm going to tell you why. So I talked about Bure. and how a buddy of mine has one of the Rays game worn jerseys. And then somehow it got mentioned that one of my new friends, or Cass, has got family in Minot, North Dakota. And I was like,
I
no,
know.
don't. No, you don't. That's insane.
When you called me last night and said that, I was like, there's a lot of like weird, ironic stuff going on here.
Strange feelings, right?
Slightly eerie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Good
yeah.
or bad.
I don't know.
Who knows? Do we ever know anything in life?
Wow.
I do know that our Flames team's not very good. How do you like that segue?
I think it was necessary. A little odd, but necessary. So let's dive into that, shall we?
I'm ready to talk about whatever. My list is long tonight, Kyle, like surprisingly, because like since we last talked, which is only a week ago, because we do this show every week. Because if you're new to the show, we've had a Winnipeg Jets lost 2-1 to the Jets. We lost 2-1 to the Canadians. We lost 5-3 to the Jets, and then we beat a miserable Rangers team 5-1. And honestly, I don't really have a hell of a lot to say about any of those games.
Well, yeah, well, that's and I watched like parts of all these games at various bars while I was in Ottawa. A little bit on my phone. No, I was far more preoccupied with the Jays when they were playing Game 7 against Seattle. But yeah, every one of them was like super low event, which is a phrase we've heard a lot.
I watched all of them, and that's how boring my life is. I watched all of them.
I don't know if I can match your fire on this particular episode. Like, I contributed an intro and a couple personal anecdotes, and that's pretty well it. And yeah, that is awfully boring though. And because it's so boring, and because we care about our listeners and our viewership, we don't want to dive into any of these games because you're probably going to stop listening because they were all that boring.
One thing we do need to do is put this in perspective to our listeners. We are 10 games in. We're 2-7-1. The worst start in Flames franchise history. We're dead last in the National Hockey League. We're minus 14 goal differential. We're 32nd in goals per game. We're 26th in goals allowed per game. Yeah. Our power play is 12.2, 29th, and our penalty kill is 75%, 19th. Some brutal numbers.
The penalty kill is the only one that wasn't like extremely offensive, I guess.
No, but that's still bad in bottom tier. And
it's abysmal. It is abysmal.
And one thing I want to clear up, I think this will be like what's the word I'm looking for? The main part of the show, the crutch of the show. I was going
to say crux. That's right.
That's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Couldn't come to it as quick as you. This is not a tank, you guys. When you're trying to win and you still can't win, that is not tanking. That's just reality of a bad hockey team.
Now, that said, the counterpoint to that could be that your head coach scratches your best goal scorer, and you tell me you're still not trying to tank. Are you sure?
No, I would put my hand on the Bible. There is no way Ryan Huska's trying this. His lineups are so jacked up every night.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. That's the way he does it. He's a dart thrower. He's a Jeff Ward. He is a dart thrower.
Oh, somebody else said that the other day too. The referee
blows my mind. He comes out in the post gamer the other night and says, "I really like our 5-on-5 play," and the next day's depth chart completely different.
Yeah.
If you like your 5-on-5 play, your depth chart should be fine, right?
Well, you would think. Yeah, I really don't know what else. I mean, I said a lot about him on the last show. Not just about him, but in general, I think it's a really, really, really poor idea to gift a coach a contract extension when any semblance of team success is due entirely to one player, as we talked about extensively last season, being Dustin Wolf. So, but now all of the issues with his system or lack thereof and his coaching philosophy seem to be being exposed, in my opinion, at least. And I know others share that opinion.
I would agree. Now, I will, in defense of him, say that it's hard to coach teams that lack talent, high-end talent. I'm not saying we don't have any talent. I'm saying high-end talent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's in a rock and a hard place. But I I don't know. I am completely, and I've been against it with other coaches we've had. I'm completely against the constant juggling of lines. How in the world would anybody ever develop any resemblance of feeling comfortable with another player if you only play them one game that way? Like, you're losing anyways.
I think you are more fired up than I am this week.
It irritates me every night. Like, I do the depth chart to place on the socials every night for a podcast, and every night I got to shuffle shit all over the place. Move this guy here, move this guy here. Come on. Like, it's not helping.
No, it's not. It never does. And yet again, we bring up the Jeff Ward thing, which I think we pick on him a lot because of how erratic his coaching style was and the fact that he would just literally throw the lines in the blender, as you've repeatedly pointed out. And this is the most we've seen of that since, and it's equally as bad in my estimation.
It might be. Yeah, it's equal. It's equal. They equally suck because it equally doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's really, really hard to get your head around, especially when you're trying to find some consistency and you want guys to break out of a funk.
And I know people will say, well, Brad, like, running the same line out there is the definition of insanity. Yeah, I mean, to a point, but like, how do you ever develop continuity? Like you just can't take a line, put it out there and be like, magically it's beautiful. They have to work together for a period of time, not 60 minutes, 20 minutes they get on the ice, 18 minutes some nights. I don't know. You just can't operate that way. I mean, this offense is just, it's bad. I saw an X. This isn't not our X Factor, but I saw one. It's from Randup Jonda. He says, the Calgary Flames have motivated me to look up the least number of goals scored in an 82 game season. It was 150 by the Buffalo Sabres in 2013-14. The Flames 150 goals. That was a 2013-2014. The Flames after 8 games, this is when I saw this, after 8 games were on pace for 122. Let that sink in. 122 goals the whole year, the whole team.
That's an average of 1.5 goals per game.
After 8 games, that's the pace we are on. Now, it has went up slightly in the last 2 games, but not by much.
Well, I mean, everybody knows that these numbers weren't sustainable. Of course, it just doesn't make sense just by virtue of participating in the sport at professional level. You're going to score more goals, and that's exactly what happened against the Rangers because a lot of those goals were pure gifts.
Well, I believe like puck luck finds you and it doesn't find you.
Sure.
And it found us in the Edmonton game because, let's be honest, I mean, we had shots bouncing off skates and going in all over the place. We had goalies doing things that goalies shouldn't do.
Skinner?
Yeah, Skinner.
Yeah, I want to talk about him for a minute, but go on, finish up, and I'll jump in after.
And last night, I mean, we scored some really nice goals last night, really nice goals. But we also had the puck bouncing to us in a more favorable way to lead to those goals, right?
The ball shot was a great shot, but probably should have been stopped. The Sharagovich one was a weird one. Backlund and Coleman were gifted, a great short-handed chance. Kadri's was actually pretty nice. And which one am I forgetting? Another one of Coleman's. I don't think his was too bad either. But anyway, there was a lot of puck luck, as you'd said.
I'm not saying they weren't some nice goals because there really was some nice goals. Kadri made a hell of a zone entry, got it to ball. That's a great goal. I mean, we had some really positive things I saw last night. So I'm not, and this is what bothered me. I need counseling.
Counseling, okay.
I found myself last night not cheering when they were scoring, and
wow, you know what? I can relate to that though. I felt the same way.
And I'm not sure why, because I even thought to myself, well, why am I not excited right now? And it's because the reality had hit me, and it hit me really hard after reading the Robert Munich's tweet a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago when he said, we have to play at this pace to make the playoffs. And that's not possible. So I've already accepted the fact we're not making the playoffs. Well, if we're not going to make the playoffs, I surely want to make sure that we get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
So now I'm not cheering for this team to lose, but I'm surely not cheering for them to go on a 10-game win streak right now. because mathematically, I don't think we still could even make it then. And that pains me to say that. But I also look, and I did something, and we'll probably talk about this on future episodes, but I kind of charted out, like, if everything goes our way, like, what would our roster look like next year and the year after and the year after? And we need to draft very high this year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because every game that we trot out this roster in some version of it, it's very evident, again, as we give them how that high-end skill, especially amongst the forwards, is ranking. Preck's going to be fine. Uyghur turned his game around. Dustin Wolf. He was excellent against the Rangers. But
Dustin Wolf's going to have a tough year this year. Not because, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, precisely. So I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. But I get what you're saying, because like I still get like, I didn't get excited, but I still like glance up like when they'd score. I'm like, oh sweet, things like that. Like instinctually, I should say. But yeah, it's not the same.
I mean, I love the Flames, and I can't wait for a time when we're talking about 10-game win streaks and cup contenders. And I pray that happens sooner than later. But I am also a very realistic person, and I'm not seeing this talent. The talent that we have combined right now is not capable of taking us to a very high level. I don't think it's capable of taking us to the playoffs, much less through the first round. So that being said, I need to see progress, and that progress starts with drafting, and it also can segue us into the next situation, getting better production from guys like Coronato, Sharon Govich, Frost, Farabee. The list goes on and on. Connor Zary, I'm losing faith in big time.
Had a good game last night, though.
And we need to maximize return now on Anderson. And more importantly, the guy we should have maximized it at the draft last year, Nazem Kadri.
Yeah, you can add Blake Coleman to that list as well.
Yep. Although I voiced it last week too. If we kept Blake Coleman, I'm not going to be upset.
No, there's no. Yeah, I understand that. He's a good mentor to have around. He's still a very effective player. But yeah, I mean, this team has always, refused to commit to the path that they should, for lack of a better way of saying it, I guess. So at some point, they're going to have to accept their fate and sell off these pieces. But I mean, any belief that they can go to this hole and parlaying that into a playoff spot is delusional at this point. I'd love to eat those words because it'd be a lot of fun, be a hell of a story, but you can't dig a hole this deep. And I think, going forward, it is kind of like I'm going to the game Thursday against the Senators. It's going to be a little bit difficult to be invested in the Flames win, not because I don't love seeing my team win, especially in the context of experience at the arena. It's still enjoyable. I hope that's the case because nobody likes to be, present for a loss, but it's a different vibe. There's no hope for this season like there is in so many others.
You know what you want to see, Kyle? You want to see Wolf play really well. You want to see Coronato get a goal. You want to see Connor Zary get a goal. You want to see some of these guys that are struggling start to show promise, because Connor Zary's start is awful. 1 point. I think he's got 1 point still. Let me look it up. I mean, he was better last night. He's got 2 points now through 10 games. He's -5. Matthew Coronato, who we'll talk about him in a minute, he's actually got 3 points in 9 games, but he's -9. Subjective stat, but still relevant.
Yeah.
I sit and I look. I don't know. Here's another stat that I found.
Oh no, I don't want to hear this, do I?
No. Connor Zary. He has 1 speed burst 20 to 22 miles per hour.
Oh, I saw that. I forgot about it, man. Oh.
And the league average is 8.4.
Ah.
He looks very slow.
Well,
very slow.
You say 8.4 versus 1? Let that sink in. That's abysmal.
You want to know another one? And I haven't looked up his yet. But
I didn't want to know that one, but go on.
Well, I don't have another stat for this one, but I'm going to probably look it up for next show. And I need your opinion. You need to talk me off the ledge on this one. What's going on with Mtl Cgy? He looked like he went to the buffet last night, ate a shit ton of pizza, and couldn't move the rest of the night.
When you texted me that about he looked fat and slow, I laughed out loud.
He looked like being a beer leaguer last night.
Yeah.
He's minus 10 on the year. He's minus 10.
Yeah, he's been awful.
Why?
And I think I don't know, but I think he sunk his chances of making Team Canada, and I hate to say that.
Oh. Yeah, he looks like he's out of shape. And I hate saying that because who am I to, I mean, who the hell, look at my body. Like, who the hell am I to call somebody out of shape? But holy cow, like last night, he looked very, very slow. And I don't think it's just me that was like, geez, what the hell was he doing on that play? And it's not just that play. It's been multiple ones. I'm worried.
Hard to believe. He had, was it 20 goals and 52 points a year or two ago?
He's got 0 this year. And I'm not saying that I'm less worried about Mtl Cgy. Don't get me wrong, than I am Connor Zary. I'm way less worried about Mtl Cgy. I think it might just be something going on. But still, like, we need to have our guys. Like, there's a reason why we're not even respectable this year. It's because none of our players are playing to a level that brings us any respect. Dustin Wolf is there, but his numbers aren't even that good, but they're getting better. Then that's a situational thing, right? Not making excuses for him. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he'll be fine. But yeah, we've talked a lot about the country club atmosphere that seems to pervade this team, and I don't know if that's entirely fair assessment from the outside looking in, but the work ethic has been very poor. The conditioning has looked poor, although we know in some cases it isn't. This team is just completely discombobulated, and I don't think a 5-1 win over a New York Rangers team looked like they went out and got shit-faced the night before is anything to call home about. The Rangers were awful. Let's make so any illusions that lineup was responsible for that win, it's just that, illusions. And I'm going to use that as a segue into our X Factor. We talk about one of those lineup decisions. So, if I may, where Brad usually does this, I'm happy to jump in. So, Bravo Flames at teapot_toff tweeted, "Give Huby a sniper, but who could be that guy?" with a thinking emoji, and then proceeds to post a hilarious photo of a bison, or rather a gif of a bison. Obviously referencing Matthew Coronato. So, Huberdeau's game has been much better of late. I mean, I shouldn't say of late. He just got back from injury, but he's looked comfortable. He's doing the same net drive, banging away at pucks.
He might be the best player on our. He might be the only player that's playing to his expectations this year.
Yeah, he was great against the Rangers. One of the few players that I thought actually really did look good. But I haven't committed to memory what Ryan Huska said. By the way, great X Factor. I just want to point that out. I picked that one not to take credit, but just to say there was a lot of.
It was a really good one.
That one really stood out to me because
we need to talk a little bit about Coronato being a healthy scratch too.
Well, and this is the thing. So the reason I like that X Factor in particular is that it was very, very pointed without getting into a lengthy debate about how stupid that decision was. And that's what I want to get into. So yes, Huberdeau has been good. He's playing the same way he played last year, where he kind of changed his game to be more of a power forward, although he's still making some great plays. He's meant to play, though, with a goal scorer. And whether it's Huberdeau or anybody else in this team, we can all agree the debate is no longer there, because you could once said, Sharon Govich was maybe our best goal scorer when he scored 30 goals, blah, blah, blah. The title now belongs to Matthew Coronato alone, and it's not close. He's a pure sniper. And if he was playing like trash and the coach scratched him, then so be it. But when the coach says he's not playing bad, the hustle's there, the effort's there, and I didn't commit to memory what the hell Huska said, because I just thought it was so stupid I wasn't going to buy it.
He needed a reset.
Yeah, a reset. So this is like
about 16 guys that need a reset.
Yeah, so like a reset, like what? Like when I used to have to reset my regular Nintendo because it wouldn't work when I was a kid? You're saying the guy's working. You're saying he's getting, he's in, creating chances and playing his game. He needs a reset. For a team that can't score goals, to take him out, and I understand the irony of, they put up a 5 spot on the Rangers, right? I get that. So, but I'm concerned Huska's actually going to think that, well, we can score goals without him. No, you got extremely lucky on a lot of those goals.
I know. And he's a master of, hey, it's a winning lineup. It doesn't change.
Oh, man.
Hang on.
When Eric Francis, of all people, is like the voice of the people in Calgary, because he ridiculously thought it was. There's no justification. That is bad coaching. That is bullshit bad coaching.
So to go more on that, Lomberg is in the lineup every single night, and Braden Pahal has not been anywhere seen.
Yeah, Uncle Kirk's
What
not
did
going to wipe that
Braden-
and have it away.
What did Braden Pahal do? What did he
I,
do?
I can answer that. He made the team as one of the best waiver pickups we ever had and played his ass off every night. That's what he did. That's how logical Ryan Husk is.
We truck Jake Bean out there every night.
Yep.
And I know he's a left wing. I know. They're opposite sides. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It does lend some credence, and we know this isn't the case, but it does lend some credence to the theory that they are intentionally trying to tank. Because the lineup choices really don't make any sense. But, the Pahal thing is one thing. They have a glut of, defensemen one-way contracts. I kind of get it, other than the fact that nobody, least of all Jake Bean, has established themselves as being deserving of, in the lineup every night. But, all told, I can't get over the decision to scratch Coronato. I don't get it. I do not understand it. You cannot justify it to me. And I think with Huska's explanation, it was perhaps a perfect example of a coach using bullshit, meaningless rhetoric to justify a stupid decision. Because anybody who watches hockey, anybody who knows this team, who knows what this team needs, and knows what Coronato brings, cannot, even if they want to play devil's advocate, they cannot find an argument wherein that makes any sense whatsoever. And this is the guy we just gave a 2-year extension to.
I'm getting the feeling that me and you don't like Ryan Huska's coaching style more and more every day. Because we both say, if someone said to you, would you fire him right now? I'd say no. But I don't like what he's doing. But I feel like it's panic. Like, I feel like it's panic. Like he's we got to figure out a way to win. We got to do this. We got to figure out a way to win. I don't know him personally, and he does not look like a high-strung guy, but I think back in his office, like he's freaking whacking out, trying to figure out what the hell's going on here, and he's throwing darts.
Well, it seems that way. But I'm not even sure if he's throwing darts. I think he actually believes in the choices he's making. Mm-hmm. That's what scares me. And we've all said long before this abysmal season, we've all said that he is a placeholding coach who will not be here when this team turns a corner. He won't be here when they, play in that new building. And based on his decisions, he shouldn't be. And, again, armchair coaching, easy for us to say. Many others have echoed the same sentiment. It's just the guy clearly, and it's evidenced perhaps best by the fourth line he continually trots out. He doesn't understand how to coach at the NHL level in the modern NHL. That's my opinion.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And you know what worries me a little bit more is the man upstairs might not be doing anything any differently, because this Nazem Kadri thing, the rumors are starting to circulate. It came out this week that he's got his contract has went to a modified 13-team no trade list this year.
Yeah.
Man, I said it last draft, like it's time to capitalize. This guy's aging and he's been fine, and he's a $7 million cap hit, but we have him for 3 more years. We need him. If you'd have talked to me after the year before, I don't even remember what year, the 23-24 season that Kadri did not do well, we would have paid someone to take him. Now, last year he was very effective.
Yep.
He was, he's our best player last year, right?
Maybe not.
Wolf, outside of Dustin Wolf.
Yep.
It's time to maximize our return. Now, I don't know that the return is going to make the fans in Calgary happy, but we should be happy no matter what we get, because we've eliminated $7 million that's going to not age well, right? Father Time doesn't lose. Elliot Friedman was very vocal this week that teams are interested. Interested.
Yeah, big time.
But it's also been in the Calgary media said that Conroy is not making any moves right now because it is not time to make moves. And they also would never do anything before his 1000th game, which is coming up when they get back from this road trip. I don't care if it's 999 games. If the right call comes, you take it. I'm sick of this organization. Like everybody in the league's always like, oh, that Vegas team, they're ruthless. They're freaking winners.
Yep.
I've said it on the show 100 times. I'm not the Flames, I always feel like they're out here to make buddies all the time. Like they always say, well, nobody wants to come to Calgary, so we got to be like super, super nice. No, if Calgary's freaking winning, every player wants to come to Calgary, especially with the new arena.
Yep.
Create a winning organization, create a winning culture. I don't want to hear the word, we have a good culture anymore. Don't give a shit. I want a winning culture.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah,
want
they're
to
not the same thing.
winning culture.
Yeah, they're not the same thing at all. Yeah, I mean, the good news in that front though is barring injury, God forbid, I don't think Kadri's value is going to go down anytime soon.
I don't know, but
and the bids for him will likely intensify as the season goes on, as teams get more cognizant of their needs going into the playoffs or into the spring stretch drive. So I don't hate it, but I do hate the notion, as you're alluding to, that they want to hang on to him to make sure he plays that game 1000 in a Flames uniform. It's utterly meaningless.
Or they also say we need to make sure we're not a playoff team.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you don't need a mathematician to figure it out right now.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So
we got guys like Rasmus Anderson, who we know is not re-signing here. And if we as an organization are even considering re-offering anything to him, we're out of our minds.
He's been bad this year too.
We're out of our minds. Sharon Govich is, in my mind, if things don't change drastically this year, you can let that one play out, right? Because he's a potential buyout option.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This team's decision making is scaring me. We took till last Monday before Miramonov hit waivers.
Yep.
We've got our recall this week was the illustrious Dryden Hunt. I don't know what that does when Gridden right now through 3 games in the American League has 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, and 11 shots. I don't know, man. Do we need Hunt?
Oh, people have been saying, and I agree with them though, that we don't need Hunt. No, let Gridden cook, but call up Sam Morton, give him a couple games.
But you know what? And I will defend this one a little bit in the fact that I think there was Hunt because they were going on the road. They needed a guy, just a veteran, to sit in the press box in case something happened. There was no intention of playing him. I get it. So I do understand that. I don't need Gridden sitting in the press box. I get that one.
Yeah. Still, I mean, a lot of questionable choices, total lack of clear direction, and seemingly the erroneous belief that they can still salvage the season, which we at Flames Unfiltered are happy to tell you, or rather unhappy to tell you, depending on how you look at it, they are not salvaging this season.
And you know what? Me and you probably were the poster childs over the last 2 years of we are not Team Tank.
And I was really optimistic too, man. My preseason predictions suck. Ugh.
I'm still not. Mine are right on the money so far. I'm not Team Tank. I am Team Reality here. Like, I am not going to finish 4 spots out of the playoffs and get the 17th overall pick. I'm going to be pissed off.
You already are pissed off.
Better be a top 3 pick with the talent we have and the way we're playing. It's better be a top 3. It better be a top 3.
Sure hope so. Because that's really all we have hope for now.
I got to get your take on another controversial topic that came up in Calgary this week. Supposedly, well, in the post-game presser after their 7th straight loss, well, they only scored 9 goals in those 7 games.
No more stats.
Dustin Wolf said, I can't generate offense. How did you take this? Because I didn't take it as any big deal at all. I took it as reality. The truth hurts. He wasn't saying his team was crappy. He was just saying, I don't know what to tell you.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I think he had every right to call his team out and say, hey, I can't do this. This isn't baseball where Shohei Ohtani can, have 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs, for God's sakes. Like, I wish he'd said something sooner. I was proud of him. You know what? It shows he's a leader on this team.
I thought the same thing.
Well, I hope everybody else took it the same way. And if they didn't, shame on them. It's a God's honest truth.
I think a lot of people did take it the wrong way. I think a lot of people thought he was showing up his team. I'd love to be in the locker room to find out what the players thought of it. But I bet most of them were like, he's right. I bet you almost all of them were like, yeah, he's freaking bang on.
It's pretty easy to show up a team that can't score any fucking goals, isn't it? So if he showed them up, I don't think it's his fault.
No, like
So,
I don't know. Like has Wolf been great this year? No, he's been pretty damn good. He had one really bad outing and quite a few really good outings, to be
wouldn't
honest
there be
with you.
some kind of pressure on you mentally though if you have to go out there every night knowing you have to basically pitch a shutout and for your team to have a win? Like,
So thus the conversation arises that are they playing him too much? Because I believe they are. I believe they are.
If it continues, they will be. I don't hate it so far because I do think he has to play a little bit of his own struggles, which he's already started to, in my opinion anyway. But this is not sustainable. This is Mika Kiprusoff all over again.
The Flames going a 4-day road trip here with 3 games and 4 nights, and I believe it's 3 and 4 nights, and some stupid day games thrown in there too.
God, you hate day games. God, you hate them.
I said that just to get you riled. They got to have Cooley. I would have Cooley play 2 of these games. Like do you look at it this way too? Like I look at everybody has a life expectancy of physical exertion. And
like your family and friends, too, or are you talking about sports? That sounds pretty dark. Very nihilistic.
Talking about sports. I could relate it to my body. My left knee cracks every time I go down the stairs. That tells me I got so many more trips up and down the stairs before it starts hurting like hell and I have to have a knee replacement.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to wear Dustin Wolf out. Like I want to see him 62 games, 60 games. I don't want more than that. Like this season, there's no reason we have to freaking run this poor guy ragged. I want to watch a good Dustin Wolf all year, not a tired, holy shit, I'm playing again tonight, Dustin Wolf.
I don't think he's ever going to refuse to start, but I mean, yeah, he's
I know he wants to play. I get it, but like at some point, like right, we need to figure out who a backup is for the future too, right? I mean, I don't know. We just need to just not be so rough on him.
Well, Devin Cooley's one start was really good, so I wouldn't hesitate to give him another. I don't have any issue playing again, so.
He should play in Toronto because last time Wolf went to Toronto, it was an ugly mess.
Yeah, I was there. I remember very well.
You were, weren't you?
Yes. I was hanging out with Lanny McDonald and Colin Patterson for a little bit.
Yeah.
That was one of the Flame scouts. It was a great night other than the fucking hockey game. I just want to talk quickly about goaltending since we're talking about it, with regards to Flames. I'm trying to figure out what Stuart Skinner's doing in the net a lot of the time. He has this habit, and he had 2 goals against you the day where he dove at pucks almost with his head. It's like if someone's like, I can't think of a good analogy, but like.
So whatever, this is how bad I am. My memory's getting. Who was the Oilers goalie that they sent to Bakersfield because he sucks so bad?
Jack Campbell?
Yeah. Where's he at these days?
Rehab.
Oh.
No, actually, I don't know. I did, I honestly, I don't know. I'd heard that he liked the party or his condition wasn't good or something like that. And far be it for me to spread rumors. But last I knew, I think he was in Grand Rapids.
Huh.
But
okay.
In any case, it's Stuart Skinner and Moncton boy Calvin Pickard. And I can't understand I want to know what's going through Skinner's brain when he dives at pucks. And I hope that Rick West is listening to this because he and we attended that game together, like I said, and Rick's a great guy, and he's at Lethbridge, Alberta, diehard Oilers fan. I never really picked his brain much at the game about Skinner, but I was like,
I like Lethbridge.
Yeah, so do I. But I can't. What is this guy doing in net?
Well, what was Mike Smith doing in net a lot of the time? Didn't we all ask that in Calgary and Edmonton?
We still ask that.
I know. You know what, Oilers? You just keep Skinner. He'll get better.
Yeah. Okay. If you're not watching, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see Brad's coy smile just now. Oh God! What a weird start to the season.
Yeah, it's been really weird.
And you know what? Like it's tough. Like I'm doing this Flames Senators game. I'm doing the Flames Habs in January. I might even do the Flames Bruins in Boston. Like a whole bunch of East Coast games. And it'll be great when I'm there, but like watching this team play, it's really hard to get excited, which is why you and I have to do our listeners a huge solid this year and be funnier and more engaging than ever.
Well, we're going to have
to on.
because we'll go crazy if we're not funny. And the thing is,
I'm really funny when I'm being pessimistic, so I'm hoping this works out.
And the thing is, though, like we know this team's not great, but we're still Flames fans, and I still cheer for them at night, and I still watch every single game. But I'm more cheering for like progress, right?
Yeah,
cheering for how this is going to play out over the next 3 to 5 years. 3 years, geez, hopefully not 5.
Right.
I have a question before we go though about so the Blue Jays are in the World Series. Game 3 is about to first pitch here in about 10 minutes as we record on a Monday night, which is the night we usually record.
On Sports Equinox Day. One of only 32 times in history, all 4 major leagues are playing in the same day. NHL, NFL, MLB, NBA.
Did not know that.
I didn't either till it was sent to me not too long ago. So
did you know tomorrow's like frozen face-off where every NHL team plays?
Yeah, yes, I heard that earlier. All 32 teams are playing. Why on a Tuesday?
Why can't we do that on a Saturday? I don't know.
Well, we did earlier this year.
Yeah, we did. No, not this year. We didn't. Last year we did.
Well, 30 teams played for sure. It might have been all 32.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. The one we care about, didn't play well on that day either, I'm sure. So,
but one
probably won't tomorrow in Toronto. So sorry, go on with the Blue Jays, please.
I get everybody in Canada loves the Blue Jays because that's your team for your country.
Not everyone. Matt McCura is a Seattle fan because he lives in Vancouver. So you got to watch out for those guys. He had a very rough night last week.
But I think it's funny when Canadians reference baseball towards America because, like in America, I would say I'm speaking from. I would say 75% of America is cheering for the Blue Jays. People.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Sure. For sure, 75+% is cheering for the Blue Jays. You want to know why?
I do. Because
everybody in America hates the Yankees and Dodgers because they spend money
okay, I get it.
Nobody likes that outside of those two markets. Nobody likes that. So nobody is cheering for the Dodgers.
So
Canada would understand that, like, you have 75% of us cheering for you. Like, we're excited.
Just sounds like the trade wars too, but I digress. Now, did you see Trey Savage and Shohei Ohtani? And somebody posted a video of how much money they're earning for the time they're standing there in that pitching sequence.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I'm probably
Ohtani's in like the tens of thousands, and Savage is still like $250. Like, and it's accurate. It's wild.
I know, but check it out. And they're like, when the Brewers played the Dodgers, the Brewers, their payroll was like 122 million, which is like 3 players on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I was hoping Milwaukee would have fared a lot better in that series.
People don't like that. People in America don't like that. We cheer for the underdogs. We
don't like it, and that's why in the Canadian sports world, a lot of people hate the Leafs because there's a salary cap, so it's different, of course, but it's a big metropolitan area that can attract players.
But if the Leafs play the Jets for the Stanley Cup, a lot of Canada's cheering for the Jets.
Oh yeah.
Anything pretty much outside that Toronto area is cheering for the Jets, right? Am I wrong?
No. There's a lot in the East that'll cheer for the Leafs too, but there's a lot of people that cheer for the Jets. Which reminds me, have you watched Who Killed the Montreal Expos on Netflix yet?
Nope. I had it. Okay, I turned on Netflix the other night to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have an hour and a half now, and I don't want to like start it. And
so
I will be watching it.
Yeah, let me know what you think. I quite enjoyed it.
I will be watching it because I was a big baseball guy in the 80s, and I was a big Tim Raines fan when he was in Montreal, and so I'm watching it.
Beautiful. That's what I want to hear.
I don't like that they changed the game time for the Flames tomorrow night. I get it. Don't like it. Get it.
I didn't even look at it yet, to be honest.
They moved it to it's like at 5 o'clock my time.
7 o'clock my time. Beautiful.
Perfect for you.
Perfect.
Think of that all the time now. I'm like, how many nights this year I've been like, oh, it's late for Kyle. Oh, it's late.
Oh man, I know. Sometimes I think I just need to move out west to make my life so much easier, yet also so much more complicated.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah. So this week for the Flames, Tuesday, like I just mentioned, we're in Toronto. Thursday, you'll be there. They're in Ottawa. Saturday, a lovely afternoon game in Nashville. And then an early start Sunday, late afternoon in Philly. That's jam-packed. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, travel from Ottawa, Nashville, Philly. Whew.
It's going to be a tough go.
Going to be a tough go.
Just like me playing my first game of hockey tonight in almost 3 weeks.
Going to be a tough go.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning might be a tougher go.
You know me so well. That's going to suck. Gonna suck.
Get on over. We got our contest. I'm drawing a winner on the 31st. I've got quite a few entries in there. We got to do it. 31st Halloween night. I'm drawing the winner. Gift card to the Saddle Dome or it's the Saddle Dome, the Calgary team store. So that's all I got. Who knows what next week will bring? I don't know.
More of the same optimism we brought you in this week's show.
I'm sorry I was so negative.
You were. Why are you apologizing, man? I was every bit as bad, if not worse.
Could you imagine, Toronto is struggling and Calgary is struggling? Can you imagine even how much more publicity it'd be getting if the Jays weren't in the World Series? Because you turn on Sportsnet now, you can't even find hockey. It's all baseball stuff.
It's just crazy. It's so crazy.
It's utterly ridiculous. And like, I can't imagine what the heat on Toronto Maple Leafs and the Flames would be had, and even the Oilers, really. And even the Oilers, if there was no baseball going right now.
We can only wonder.
Yeah. All right.
In another week, we will know.
Yeah, we will know. For sure. Because Saturday would be Saturday. So we are back next Tuesday. We'll record Mondays, drop Tuesdays. Kyle and I, more Flames talk. We're going to be here every week, good or bad, hell or high water, we're here.
And I will be tweeting from the entire center Thursday.
Have a great trip, Kyle. We will talk soon.
Look forward to it. Take care, guys.
Thanks for listening to Flames Unfiltered with Brad Burud and Kyle Lewis, your source for unfiltered Calgary Flames hockey talk. Keep it locked on flamesunfiltered.ca. Subscribe where you get all your podcasts to never miss an episode. Flames hockey talk every week, presented by Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.